morning. Thank you, parents, for coming. Our next presenters are English learners Leslie Gomez and Genesis Lopez.
What we did for our project, we went to Tijuana, to an orphanage there, and first we went to one across the street, and they didn't need help because they already had enough help. So we went to another one called Santa Teresita, and they said we could help them, and we talked to the head of the orphanage, and she said that they didn't. We asked them how we could help them, and they said we could help them by giving them donations, and not really too many donations, but what she said is the children there, she wanted us to give them attention because she said they needed attention not only from her and the staff, but also from outer people, so they know that they're important and that they're special in a way.
We did this because we knew it was going to benefit them in the future for school or job, college, and we knew they would have the same programs as us, and it was going to be really important to them.
Well, we started first. We went to FedEx and we bought a book full of exercises about first grade or second grade level because it would be easier for them because they were barely learning English. So what we did, we went out and we got copies from the book and we handed them out to the students, and every day we would go about 2 or 3 pages, and if they needed help, they would raise their hand, and it was very difficult for them and challenging at first, but they got the hang of it like about the second week or the third week. They started asking more questions. They were more open to us because at first they were shy because they didn't know us that much. So it was hard to communicate between us and them.
If they didn't understand something, we were always there supporting them, giving their love, and they became part of our family. So now there's our sisters, basically.
They were very sweet, the girls. It was just an orphanage full of girls. There were no boys. And while we were going to TJ every day, every weekday after school, we gave them the English classes for 2 hours. We had 2 periods. And the first period was girls about our age, and the second period was smaller girls about 6 to 8 years old. And it was difficult sometimes because we had to get there on time. Sometimes it was raining and there was traffic, but we still did the best we could. And while we were going to the English classes and teaching them, we also did a fundraiser selling chocolates.
And we spent time making apples with tamarindo. We sold them to our friends and collected money, and we used that money to buy their needs like soap, shampoo, conditioner, everything. And we made bags. We took them and donated them, and they were really happy about it.
South Bay Community Service also contributed to our donations by giving us soap. We bought some too, but they helped us with more, and lotions, like she said. And we also bought pencils and sharpeners for them because they had a lack of that. They didn't have whiteboard markers, but they did have a whiteboard. And to make the lessons easier, we got some supplies for them. And we also made little books for them so they could annotate and write down what we reviewed today, the day we went as a lesson. So they pretty had a lot of work they could go back to in case they needed when we asked them questions and stuff. And we also had them take mini quizzes to see the progress they were having every 4 or 5 days. So, and we saw like they needed more, they struggled more with one lesson or two. What we did, we went over it and we helped the children that they needed the most help. We made little groups and we focused more on the most needed help ones.
After all this, we're still planning on going, even though it's not counting. We got to know the children, and they're really lovely.
We got really connected to them, the little girls. We went there last month, and they still missed us a lot. Like, we got to know each other, and it was really cool because, like, every time we see them, like, they run up to us and they hug us and everything, and it's really happy. It makes us really happy because we know that they're there because their parents didn't want them, and like they saw our love to them, and it made them feel better, and it made us feel better. Some of the reasons while we were there, we spoke to the mother in charge, and she said they were the little from 6 to 8 years old. Most of them were sexually abused or just physically abused. The other reasons while they were there because their parents couldn't take care of them, so we left them there. And those did see their parents sometimes at night, like really late. Their parents came to pick them up because both of them worked, so they couldn't take care of them during the day. And the other reason was because they were abandoned and they had a really big chance of being in the street. So the orphanage took them in and took care of them.
We're going to start the part 1.